Hello everyone and welcome to Tipsy, where we actually provide you with top tips, tricks and strategies that you can actually use to increase your chances of winning by up to 99%. So if you're new to this channel, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and enable the notification bell icon so as to receive new post notifications and updates. And for more details, do not forget to check the links in the description of this video. So in our today's episode, we are going to be sharing with you the top apps that you can actually use to predict correct score when it comes to soccer prediction. And this video is actually a request of one of my subscribers who actually commented on one of our video saying that we should actually do a video on the best apps that you can actually use to predict soccer or football correct score. And of course, in the same way, we are also asking all of you who is actually watching this video, if you actually have any requests or there is a need for you to make a request that we should do a video based on anything that you have in mind, please just make sure to comment below this video on which request you actually want a video to be made based on a particular topic. Just make sure to do that. Give your request and we'll do our every possible best to make sure that we satisfy your need. So that being said, let's dive directly into our today's episode. So again, in our today's episode, we are going to be sharing with you top apps that you can actually use to predict correct score when it comes to soccer prediction. And of course, the first step to take, we are going to be sharing 3 of these apps with you so that you can actually use the same app, and we are going to show you how you can use them in conjunction to each other to make it work perfectly. And as a first step to take, what you have to do is to first of all make sure that you navigate to your Play Store area. Just navigate to your Play Store on your mobile device. Click on your Play Store and open it. What you are going to do is at the top search of this head here, just make sure that you type correct score here. As you can see here, correct score. Once you type correct score, just enter the search button and you'll be displayed with a list of apps that you can actually use to predict correct score. But based on our findings, we have actually come out with 3 that we are going to be sharing with you, and you have to use these 3 in conjunction to each other. Just follow this step which we are about to share with you. So the first correct score app that you have to use is this first one that you can see here. It is called Correct Score Tips, Football Correct Score Tips. And of course, you will need to install this on your mobile device. Make sure to install it on your mobile device. The second app that you need to use is this particular app, this one that is here. It is called Correct Score Tips, Daily Fixed Matches Tips. Just see how they look like, because you are going to find it and install them. Because for us, we have also installed this app, and we are going to show you how you are going to use them. The third app that you need to install is this one here that is called Correct Score Fixed Match Tips, Betting Tips of Boss. That is the title of it. You have to make sure that you also install them. Just make sure to see how they look like on their logo, as you can see here, as the other 2 which we have just showed you. And of course, once those 3 apps have actually been installed, the first step that you need to take is to open the 3 apps in conjunction to each other. In my case, I will show you what I've done. As you can see here as an example, you can see I've opened all of the 3 apps. These are the 3 apps here. This is the first app, this is the second, and this is the third. You can see the icons which I showed you. You can see the icon here. The first one I showed you, this is actually the icon. The second one, this is actually the icon here. And the third app, this is it here. I've installed all of the 3, and now I've actually opened all of the 3 apps the same time in conjunction to each other. What you are going to do, let's say as an example for the first one, what you do is to open each and every one of the app, as you can see here. In this case, you can see this one as it is here. What are you going to do? What you are going to do is you are going to look through this particular app and the games that they have actually predicted as correct score. What you also need to do is to make sure that once you install this app on your phone, you actually want to navigate this area that is up here, these 3 strikes. click on the strike and make sure that you choose tips 4, because tips 4 is actually for the correct score. Tips 1, as an example, is for another thing. But of course, this is not our interest. Our interest is not in tip 1, because this one actually predict games on different categories. So you will need to choose tip 4 in this case. This case is actually tip 4, as you can see, is actually on correct score. This is it here. Same way, this other the other two that you can see here, same way you can see, like in this case, it was tip 4. On the other case, it's not tip 4. It is other, is actually, you can see here, this is the case here, is actually free 2. If you see here from the right hand side, from the left hand side, you have free 1 here, you have free 2, free 3, and free, you can see VIP, and it continues right downward. Just make sure that you choose free 2, and when you choose it, this is what you are going to see. You are going to see the correct score. Only the correct score will be shown to you. And the next is actually this, the next is actually this one. Let's go there. It's actually this one, which is like this. In this case, you have in the right hand section, in the left hand section, this area that says free correct score. Just make sure to choose that one, and you are going to see this table of all correct score games, as you can see it here on the tips from the right hand side. Now the implementation of the strategy is what we want to show you now. What you have to do is to make sure that you make in a way that these three apps is going to be shown like this, as you can see. So what we are going to do, we are going to use, you can use any, but if you want to use any, make sure to choose in the first two, either this one or this one. Check to compare the games that are actually in these two, and also you can compare it with the third one. Now I will start with the first one, as it is here in tip 4. I will open it and try to look which games are actually in this game in here that is actually here. I'll put my eye as an example. I'll look through it and see what games that are actually the same as in the other side. Okay, now in this case, let's look. Tunisia is here versus Austria. Let's see if we have Tunisia and Austria on the other one. Here, Tunisia and Austria. No, we don't have it here. Let's go. Argentina and Mexico. Let's look. Argentina and Mexico. No, we don't have it from here. We don't have Malaga. But I think we have Las Palmas. As an example, we have here. Let's check. What you need to know is when it comes to correct score predictions, you have to know or be aware that the odds are very high. So at the end of the day, even if you have 3 matches in correct score, it is just enough to make that day for you. And also know that one of the rules to always implement is to know that whenever you want to bet matches on correct score, please do not include more than 1 game, because the odds of correct score is very high. You have 9 odds, sometimes 12, 13, 14. The odds is really big. So just make sure to choose. If you see 3 games, don't put all of these 3 matches in one slip. Let each slip carry its own match. And of course, if you do so, you are always going to make benefit. And we are going to show and make some rough calculation to show how it actually occurs. Okay, like in this case, we have US Las Palmas, as you can see here. Las Palmas playing versus Tenerife. The score here as correct score is 1-0. Okay, now we also have Las Palmas versus, you can see it is also here. This is US Las Palmas versus Tenerife, and the correct score is also 1-0. You can see that 2 different apps have actually predicted the same game as 1-0. This is to tell you that the occurrence of it to occur is very high. Therefore, it is more than 90% sure that this correct score can be as 1-0 as it has been predicted. So this is actually already one of the games that you can pick and implement on your slip and put and make a bet on it. So we have already seen 1 game. Let's now go and check if we are going to see any other game that will be listed on the other app and also on this site. So we are going to continue. We actually ended on Las Palmas. So let's see. We actually ended on Las Palmas. Let's check again. We have Muntong United versus Bangkok. Let's see if we have it. Muntong versus Bangkok. No, we don't. Let's go to the next. Buluspor versus Sakaryaspor. Buluspor. No, we don't have from these two. Let's go to the next. Dynamo Kiev and Shandong Luneng. Let's check. Dynamo Kiev. We don't have Dynamo Kiev. Let's check Shandong Luneng. Yes, we have Shandong Luneng. You can see here, it has actually been predicted here that Shandong Luneng and Wuhan Zal correct score has been predicted as 2:1 on this app. Why on the other app, we have the same case, Shandong Luneng and Wuhan Za as 2:1. That is another game. We already have 2 games for correct score, which we can put on separate slip. And of course, the odds are very high. So these are 2 games we have actually seen by looking between these 2 apps and compare which ones are actually in this one that is actually on the other one. So what you are going to do now with the TET, you are going to use this TET one now and compare to find games which are actually on the app. So this TET app, how to use it is to look on it and look at the games and compare for this other 2. As an example, Altrincham, let's check Altrincham and Wealdstone. Altrincham, let's check here. Altrincham and Wealdstone. Altrincham, no, we don't have here. Altrincham and Wealdstone. Let's check. Altrincham, yes, we have Altrincham here. So you can see that from this app, you can see this is it here. Altrincham, we have it here. This is it, you can see. In the England National League, we have Altrincham playing versus Eastleigh. Here, it has actually been predicted as 2:1. On the other app here, we also have Altrincham. Here, this is the app here. We have Altrincham. This is it here. Altrincham versus Eastleigh. We also have 2:1 as a correct score. You can see that we have now used the TET app and see another game that actually exists in the other app. So in this case, we now have 3 games that we have actually picked that we can use in our correct score prediction. This is already 3 slips that we already have for that day. But I know sometimes some people want to try their luck by including all of these 3 games in one single slip. If this is the case, then please make sure to put very small amount of money in this case. Like for example, maybe $3 or €3, very small amount, maybe €1 or €2, but they ought to be very high because if you combine all of these odds for the 3 games in single slip, a particular odds alone can be 9 to 10 odds. So if you use 10 odds and multiply by 3, you already have a lot of odds. And if you put very small amount of money, it still gives you a big profit. But the best thing to do or the best choice to go for is to include a single game in its own single slip, so as to make sure that your chances of winning is up to 100%. Okay, now let's make a rough calculation with our calculator. Let's assume this is our calculator here. Now from here, let's assume that a correct score odd is 12. We met a correct score that is having 12 odds as an odd. Okay, now we decide to put, let's say, €5 here. Let's say we have actually inserted €5 and this is €60 in the first slip. We now use the second slip for the second game and also use the same €5 and bet on it. And on the third slip, we still have €5. In other words, the total amount of money that we have actually spent is €15. Is €15 that we have actually spent in the 3 slips that we have actually put our money on. In each of the slip, our winning chances is €60. It means that at the end of the day, even if 2 of these games actually entered, it means that we have €60 times 2, which is going to give us €120. So for this €120, if we take away the $15 that we have actually, or the €15 that we have spent, we still have a profit of €105 of that day. Let's not even make it to be that high. Let's assume only one of the slip actually entered, which gives us a profit of €60. If we remove our €15 that we have actually spent, at the end of the day, we still have €45, which is not bad. It is still a good profit. So of course, it is good to implement this strategy and make sure to use these 3 apps that we have shared with you and use the same procedure that we have actually explained to you to find games or picks of that day to include in your best slip to put your money on. So this is actually the correct score strategy that you can actually use, as well as the apps to use to predict correct score games when it comes to soccer prediction. Without forgetting, Please make sure to comment and ask your request if there are any video, or if there is any video that you actually want us to make for you. Just make sure to comment below this video. Also, do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and enable the notification bell icon so as to receive new post notifications and updates. So thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for new post notifications and updates, and see you again in our next episode.
And now I know my heart is a ghost town.